So I'm gonna call this one ugly trading because I literally just woke up. It is 5:45 in the morning. It's not too early for most people. Definitely not early for me because I'm a freaking insomniac. I ain't go to sleep till midnight staring at GU just to take a half a percent loss. So only $500 on my Forex account. So that ain't nothing. But I figured before I head off to work, I'm gonna show y'all this analysis, and I'm going to come back when I come home, and we're gonna review it. So it's either gonna hit, miss, or hit and I miss, if you get what I mean. So let's not waste any more time, and let's hop straight into the chart. So this is what I tried to enter last night. I seen the break of this structure here, this consolidation right here. So this breakout to the top side was my indication that we wanted to go bullish, but on the 4 hour, let's zoom out a little bit. As you can see here, I have a couple areas of structure that are potential reversal prices. So GU is currently sitting at one of those prices. Now, if I clean my chart up, make sure I don't hit. There we go. Clean. So right now we are rejecting price at 1.26078. So we could be seeing a structure like this on the 4 hour, right? Because we got lows here and we got highs right here. So we would just be looking for a displacement or breakout, for simpler words, of this consolidation area to continue taking our trades to the top side. But from the looks of it, I think that we're going to completely reject this area, this price, and make our way down here. Now, I am more than likely not going to be swing trading all the way down there, but just an idea for general direction. If I want to look for a shorter target, I could take profits right there. Yeah, I could take profits right there. That's where that could be within the trading week, I should say. But for the time being, we got to let GU set up. So right now, I see that we are in this 4 hour area. This is called an area of balance. When you see that price is playing in between a high and a low like this, an area of balance basically is part of the auction market theory, where buyers and sellers are seeking to transact at a high price to get the best sells off and low price to get the best buys off. Now, most people will use a volume profile to determine these things, but you don't need it. You don't need it. You just need to understand what you're looking at. So the markets are fractal. So the same highs and lows that you can see on the 4 hour, or how you identify highs and lows on the 4 hour, you can identify on the same exact way on the 15-minute. Now, I call that macro versus micro structure. So macro being your higher time frame structure, micro time frames being your lower time frame structure. So my two time frames are the 4 hour and the 15-minute, because historically the 15-minute is the most manipulated time frame, and by manipulated I mean it has the most like volatile spikes going in one, if not both directions, at least for GU. This is all speculatory on GU. Is that even a word? Either way, this is all optimized behind GU. But the auction market theory can be used anywhere. It can be used on anything. But the way I learned it I'm just gonna stick with GU. So that's my plans for right now. As far as entries for today, I ain't even finished talking about this one. So price hit my two levels, so my 0.5 and my 0.68. Let me make that nice and thick so y'all can see it. Major pause. But I didn't like how this wick right here, it pushed, but then it fell back. I did not like that at all. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just get out and let it run through London. And as we can see, that was the right move, because overnight, as I was snoozing, we came back into profit a little bit, but overall, we haven't had any bullish pressure. So this rejection price at 1.26078 has been holding pretty well. It's been holding this area of balance. So I'm seeing another area of balance. And to identify areas of balance, you just need to find, I said areas like 5 times, but you need to find areas that price has played in between a high and a low. So the same way you would identify support and resistance is basically the same thing. Fundamentally on the charts, nothing changes, because again, it's all just lines and boxes on a chart, you feel me? But yeah, so just find where price has played in between a high and a low, preferably multiple times, like you see here, like you see here. If you even wanted to say this or something like that, you could do that, but just for the most recent area of balance, so we don't get too confused, we're just going to use this one right here. So we getting the push out of it. So in SKC, that's step 1, which way the market is going. So we got breakouts to the downside, so indication of sells. So now I grab my fib, take it from the high to that low, and now I have my areas of fair value. So in the auction market theory, the 70% level is your fair value price. But here in SKC, I want y'all to focus more on the risk to reward and not the technical. So the 0.68 is there for risk to reward purposes. If you first off, if you enter at the 50% and you look to take full profits, like you should have seen in my backtest video, the previous video, you will always get a 1 to 2. And when you enter on the 0.68 level, a full fib is a 1 to 3.5 RR, but just taking it to the 0 level, it's a 1 to 2 as well. So you can look for, so this is a 1 to 3, that's a 1 to 2. So this whole setup could be a 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio, which is what we like to see. But as we see, we're getting the setup now. So I'm just going to target all the way down here just to see. Will it push all the way down here? I doubt it. I'm probably going to take my profits at the full fib, but just to show y'all the general idea. So this will be 15 pips of risk for 146 pips of reward. So basically a 1 to 10, which is fantastic. But again, I'm probably not going to hold. GU's gonna have to show me something. GU's gonna have to show me something. But now let's talk about some fundamentals that might contribute to this trade winning in my favor. So as of right now, the President Trump, has been recently talking to Vladimir Putin. Is he the prime minister or president of Russia? Either way, he runs Russia right now, and he's been talking about ending the war. So if that whole deal goes through and the wars end, we get ceasefires and, all the violence stops, that is going to play heavily in the US dollar's favor. So I'm banking on that. He's also been talking about oil mining more oil, things like that, bringing more natural resources to America. Now, disclaimer, I don't care about your political preferences. I am only here for the money. So I'm going to pay attention to the president for the money. So this is what we got right now. So I am going to screenshot this. Let me put the whole setup in perspective just so they can see it. But I am going to screenshot this. I'll just make that smaller. It is fine. So we're going to copy the image, pull up my Discord, which is over here. Let me pull that up for y'all. Where is my chat? There we go. All right, so I had to double check, make sure my video was recording. So we're gonna go into the live trades, get out of here, and we're going to put the setup. So I am seeing an area of balance that GU has recently broken out of. So I'll be looking for sells this morning. So there you go. So as you see in real time, sent the position out. Let's go back to it. It's still wicking. It's still trying to play out. So now, again, this setup may never set up. GU could keep pushing. GU could pull back, take me out. Anything can happen. You feel me? But it's just all about maintaining your system and keeping the consistency. So I've been doing this consistently going on the past 2 years, trading this same exact way. It's not about the strategy, it's about the numbers. You need to let the numbers play out. Just because I lost this trade doesn't mean that I'm going to lose this one. And just because I lost money here, it was only 0.5% because I exited about at the close of this wick candle because I didn't like how it was looking. My intuition saved me from a lot of pain, which I love. But yeah, the market it's uncertain. And the line between gambling and trading is super, super, super thin. You are gambling the moment that you don't have a risk plan, when you don't know, worst case scenario, what's going to potentially happen in the markets. So that's gonna be it for right now. I'm gonna get ready for work, and I'm gonna see y'all when I get home. All right, so I made it back home, and as you can see, we had a perfect play on GBPUSD. So now, earlier in the day, I called that we were going to be looking for sells today because of this displacement out of balance. We got the pull, or we got the push, and then we got the pull into what was our fib, and it played out exactly how I called it this morning. As you can see, I got out. I'm pretty sure I said I'll get out once it hits these lows, but either way, GU dropped to this low of balance, and as you can see, it wicked perfectly off of that and completely reversed my position if I did not get out of it. So very, very, very good play. I had to recover the losses from this one. So 1-to-1 on the day, 0.3% profit. So didn't really move the needle in my favor as far as my ranking on Darwin Next, but we always got tomorrow. So while I'm here, let us see what my analysis for tomorrow might be. So It is 5:25, so the new day has started. And we got us some balance right there. And GU might, I'll have to see what it does, but we could get SKC to be taken out of this area of balance. But the problem with that is once we break this area of balance, say this plays out first, when we break this area of balance, we might get another correction. And that can either take out the position or it might be a perfect setup for more opportunities. But as of right now, this looks good. If you wanted to trade regular support resistance, you got your highs right there. Same thing, break, retest to the top side. I just trade reversal strategies. That's my thing. I trade break and retest. The auction market theory is just the context that I like to use to validate my break and retest approach, to try to get the most accurate reversal possible, which, as you can see, I got on today's second position. So I hope you learned something from this video. Please give me a like and subscribe if you like what you see. Click the link in my description to join the dojo and talk it up with me directly. But until next time, may the bag forever runneth deep. See y'all later.